Alright guys, welcome back to Dashbase Academy. This is the second video in the playlist Introduction to Programming. Um, so in this video, we'll be talking about just what computer science is and what programming is and how they both relate to each other. So computer scientists are just people who use technology to solve problems. So if I see you on the street and you're using technology to solve problems, I will call you a computer scientist. So, computer scientists use a powerful tool to make computers do new things or accomplish tasks more efficiently. And this tool is called programming. Programming is essentially the action of writing directions for a computer to make them do things. So, essentially, a program is just a set of well defined instructions written by a human that computers can understand. So, for example, you could tell the computer to change the color to green, or you could tell the computer to set the text size to 12, or you could tell the computer to redirect to a new page. But computers don't understand English. You can't just write these directions as you see here on your screen in English. You have to write these directions in a programming language. So you've probably heard of what programming languages are, or you probably heard of the different types of programming languages, but there are about 700 of them, and the popular ones include C, Java, Python, and JavaScript. The reason why there are so many different languages is because each of them is used for different purposes, and some of them are better suited for different purposes. So, for example, if I wanted to change the color of a button on a website, I would use JavaScript. But in this course, we'll be using Python. So we're gonna use Python because, well, first, Python is a really great language for beginners to learn. Compared to the rest of the other languages, is actually one of the easiest language to get started with. So another reason we'll be using Python is because Python is a really general language that can be used for all sorts of great things. So it's not tied to one specific things like JavaScript is specifically tied for the web, but Python can be run in many different platforms, and this is good for you because you'll be able to experiment with it and just um, kind of just write programs that's fit for you. So, for example, after this course, you may write a program to remind you to periodically do things if you're a really forgetful person. So that's why Python is so great. It allows you to just write programs that is really general and not specific to one platform like JavaScript. So yeah, you'll have a lot of fun with Python. Okay, so how do we write these programs or instructions? Um, we use two important tools that make our life way easier. The first one is a code editor, and the second one is a terminal. So a code editor allows programmers to easily make sense of their code just from a glance. So for example, it highlights keywords and it formats our code. We technically don't need code editors to code, but it makes coding more pleasant. Um, Fun fact: this code that you see on the screen right now is a snippet of a app that I wrote called Dashbase, which essentially lets you interact with other students in this course. But we'll go over that in the next video, so don't worry about what Dashbase is right now. The second tool that we use is a command line. So a lot of people are actually really intimidated by command line when they see it, but it's actually a really simple thing to understand. Um, think about it this way: a command line allows you to interact with the computer without using a graphical user interface. So a graphical user interface is what you actually see on the computer. So, for example, if you open up a folder and the actual folder object that you see is a graphical user interface. So this is meant for everyday normal people to just they don't know how to use the command line to ask. It's intuitive. You see a folder, you click on that folder, and it opens up, right? And so it's intuitive for normal everyday people. But if you're a programmer, you don't always want to use the graphical user interface because it may slow down your development and it may do things less efficiently. And you and programmers, as us programmers, love to do things efficiently, right? Um, so so again, a command line allows you to do things, as you would in a graphical user interface without the graphical user interface. So if I wanted to go into a folder, I would tap in the command into the command line rather than click on the actual folder. Um, so if you don't understand exactly what I mean now, don't worry about it. We're gonna use the command line, and I will go over this again because I know if you haven't really programmed before, I know, you know, if you're a normal everyday person, you're probably always using the graphical user interface or GUI and not the command line. So it's a whole new different concept. Okay, so thanks for tuning into this video. Hopefully you learned a lot. You learned what programming is and what tools programmers use to make their life easier, like a code editor or a terminal. We're gonna start coding soon, so if you're getting antsy, don't worry about it. We're gonna start coding soon. In the next video, I'll show you what I meant by DashBiz. So you'll be able to interact with other students taking this course. No, I will not be buying you tickets to fly out across the country to meet other people, but um, you will be able to do the same exact thing that you would do in a live class. Like form groups and form friends and study with those friends and chat with those friends and call those friends. You'll be able to do that through this app called DashBiz that I wrote specifically for this class. Um, so yeah, we'll go over that in the next video. Um, yeah, so I apologize that for taking a while to upload these videos. Video creation isn't really I'm really new to like all this creation video creation type stuff, and I'm learning on the fly here. So but I'm having a lot of fun learning, and as the course goes on, the quality will get better, and and I'll be able to upload videos more frequently. But if you like this video, please leave a like, and if you want to get notified of the next video, please subscribe. All right, thank you so much. See you in the next one.